So Ray, what's the plan?
Well, the plan is we're fishing Schoharie Creek, which runs between Gilboa Reservoir in the Catskill Mountain Range, and it empties into, interestingly enough, the Mohawk River. It's one of the few streams or rivers that runs north in this country. Most of them run to the south. This one runs to the north. We're going to fish between the town of Esperance and the town of Middleburg, roughly a 15-mile distance. There's 3 spots that I like. The plan for the day is to hit these 3 spots. Timing-wise, I want to be in this one area that we call Sunset Valley. Later in the day, it's a nice pool, and we catch some really big fish out of it.
It seems in every town in America that there's a secret fishing spot where the water runs clear and the bass are always biting. And at that spot, there's an unsung hero who knows every stump, laydown, and lily pad. Seems all he's got to do is wet a line. And sure enough, he's reeling in a big bass. So if you're looking for real people with real fish stories, then hop a ride. We're going to Lunkerville.
I just got off the phone with Scully, and he asked us to meet him at this service area off the New York State Thruway. And he's been waiting for us for an hour. But we're not an hour late. He was an hour early. So, does this guy want to go fishing or what?
Good morning.
Hey!
Chilly out here, isn't it?
It's the Skullster.
I love this little town. My grandmother, she used to come here on retreats with her religious group, and it was all Irish people would come here. One of the things that you need when you come up here is this detailed topography map, but it'll tell you and show you every lake, every stream, every river in New York State and the roads, how to get to them. Gives you every launch site, whether it's a large launch, small launch, or car top. And I've found more good fishing spots just using the directions that they show you in this map. For instance, where we're going today, Schoharie Creek. Many of the spots that I'll be fishing, in fact, 2 or 3 of them that we're fishing today, are right in here. You don't leave home without it when you're fishing. Right here, we're going to try some inline spinners here. We've got a little bit of current coming out of a pool and some riffles ahead here. This will give us an idea of what may be happening here today. That way heads up towards the Mohawk River. If you look up that way and this way, back down to the Gilboa Reservoir where it feeds into this. There's a fish right here.
Oh, we got a fish. Yeah.
Fun deal. This is the average size smallmouth you'll catch here. They get a lot bigger than this. There's a little smaller who kind of,
Nice.
he ate it, so that's a
Totally
good
ate
sign.
All right,
Nice
first
little
cast,
First
fish.
cast. That could be the kiss of
Yeah.
death, though.
Kiss of death.
This area here is it's a flat area with a little deep cut that runs through here. We've got some current. They'll come up in here to feed heavy, or they'll drop back into this pool behind us. What we've got, that's the tail end of the pool. We've got, it's called the push and the pan. In the summer, many times they'll lay on top, which is the pan. The area right before it, it makes a little cut and then comes up, and they'll lay right in that area to feed. Right now, they were here last week. They were just laying out in here feeding. We'll use the spinners, slow retrieve. Got to get it up going quick though, because you got a lot of boulders out in here, and it doesn't take long to lose your arsenal of baits.
Okay.
So let's see what we can do here.
Okay, and are we fishing with the same
No,
setup here?
what I did is I set you up with a rod combination with 6-pound test line on a Team Daiwa 1300. It's a little bit of a stiffer rod. These fish, especially if you got a 3-pound or 4-pound fish in here, a little bit tough to handle on what I'm using, which is, it's a noodle, basically it's a 6-foot noodle rod mud by St. Croix. It's a St. Croix Legend. They don't make the series anymore, but it's something that I really enjoy. Very light action. This one has a very stiffer tip. My buddy calls that the bat. We call that the bat, and we call this one the noodle. I use them both equally as much. That's a Falcon 5.5, I think. They don't make that series either anymore.
I think I'd rather be the bat than the noodle.
Yeah, for today, I would agree. That's.
And do we have the same line?
The line, you have 6-pound Berkeley Trilene. I have 4-pound Berkeley Trilene XL, okay. And that's always been a line I like and see no reason to change. Now, if we can,
let's catch a fish.
Catch some fish. When I die, when it's my time, and I'm lucky enough to make the pearly gates, and St. Peter says you can only do one type of fish, and this would be it. I prefer this over anything. I was probably spawned on a stream bank somewhere.
Don't you go anywhere. Lunkerville will be right back.
This is a very productive section of this area, and we haven't, other than that touch or two there, we haven't reeled anything in. So let me see if I can effect a change here. And a good rule of thumb when you're not catching fish is to see if the golf course is empty.
So the inline spinner hasn't been very productive, and no,
it's found a place in our box.
Yeah.
No longer to be seen for the day. Yeah, we're going to go to a grub. Again, a bait I like better than the tube this time of year. The one you have there is a Kalin's. Okay, I have a Yamamoto. They're both 3-inch grubs. I rigged them. If you notice, they have a seam. Both the grubs have a seam. Okay.
Yep.
Now what I'll do is the first way I'll run it is with the tail in the upward position.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll rig it that way. All right.
So like this.
Correct. You want to rig it that way with the tail in the up position. Then you can switch it and rig it with the tail in the down position. Okay. If they're on the bite, it doesn't matter.
Now, how does it look in the water when it's going? I mean, isn't it just?
Well, what you're doing now in this water conditions, in this time of the year, I'll fish the bait very, very, very slowly. In fact, I explain it as listening for the bite. Listening for the bite. Listening for the bite. You're not moving a lot. They don't want it hopped. They don't want it swum like they do when the water's a little bit warmer, and they're a lot more active than they are now. So it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Mm-hmm. Now, the movement on your bait, you just barely have to move it, and that tail moves. They see that action, they come over, whap, they'll nail it. Okay? Hopefully, they'll nail it. All right, now what I've done here is I've curbed the hook. Okay, you know what curbing is?
No.
It's like, okay, now you take the jig out of if you take the jig head out, like yours, let's look at yours. Okay, if you see it, the hook is directly in line with the eye of your bait. When you curb it, you just twist it a hair out to the left, and as you can see now, it's at probably 15 or 20 degree angle to the head, and then I open it just a hair. Okay, and I find out that I get a better hookup ratio, especially when I'm fishing these smaller baits and a smaller jig head. But it's just a little tip that's worked for me, and I've passed it on to people who have used it, like it.
Do you see any hooks sold like that?
It's called curbing. No, they don't.
Okay, we're in a new spot now. Come on, what's going on? I mean, I know we're looking all like outdoorsy and cool, but the shore's right there. Why not just be more comfortable and stand on shore? Why are we right here?
Well, for one, we're giving a lower profile here when we stand down here. Even though there's only maybe about 18-inch difference between where we'll be standing there, perhaps a little higher, you still give a lower profile, for one. This area is a little bit different than the area we just fished, which had current. This is off of the main current. And it's, at times they'll come in here. It's a very quiet section. It's a section where I feel they can be spooked a little bit more easily than if we stand and give a high profile and we're kicking around rocks, possibly going into the water. So I like to get down and dirty with them.
Okay,
Which is what we're
that
doing.
makes sense. And,
So,
it looks tough.
it looks cool. We've had some really tough bite for up here. Very surprised. Very surprised. Would have thought we would have got some.
Well, it did chill down quickly.
Yeah, it did. But we caught that fish, the kiss of death fish, first thing in the morning.
Unbelievable.
First cast.
And it is Lunkerville. The guest always figures it out.
Oh,
Oh, there you got a fish. Oh yeah. There we go. Look at that rod bend.
that's the noodle rod.
The noodle. I love it. Yeah.
Chunky little stream smallie.
Very nice.
3/4 of a pound, maybe a pound.
In the stream,
Keeper
that's,
in Campbellwood.
that's what I was saying. Keeper, a stream keeper.
This is your typical stream smallmouth for this stream here. As I said, they'll run up to 4 pounds. I've caught them 4 pounds here. Normally you'll catch enough 2-pounders in a day, but that's a typical. Now, if you can, you see how chunky that's. Yeah, he's chunky.
He's
fish.
chunky. He's
These
been
fish
eating.
feed well here because there's so much for them to feed on here. Now that fish thump.
Yeah, what did you learn from that? Now that you caught that,
I learned
can
from
you?
that I got lucky.
Come on, help me out.
Listening for the bite.
Okay.
Not too much. Listen for that bite.
Listen. Okay, well, listen.
Listening for the bite.
There we go.
I would say you got a walleye.
Really?
Without seeing it, yep. Without seeing it, I'd say you have a walleye.
Oh yeah, he's a nice little fight.
No, that's a smallie.
Nice fight.
Now he's Mr. Smallie. Oh, it's a nice one.
Nice one.
Oh, you got one of the big ones. See, you were
Yeah.
waiting. There's a 3-pound
And I
smallmouth.
was listening. I was listening, man.
Oh, he's not 3, but he's over 2. Well, right around 2.
He's not bad.
No, that's a nice small. That's a beautiful stream
Oh,
smallmouth.
beautiful. Ooh.
Oh, and the hook dropped right out. That's pushing 2.
Yeah.
Look bigger in the water than that.
And
Certainly
I listened,
isn't
and
3.
it's so true, man. I was focusing there. Wow.
Beauty,
Beautiful.
beauty.
Awesome. Those red eyes.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
Nice.
Ray,
That's
coming
what
through.
That's what
Man.
we're looking for. Now,
We're gonna do a special DVD on Lunkerville.
Okay.
The Fish Listener.
okay.
Can you talk for like 60 minutes about it so we can make a DVD and sell it? It's been an interesting day, a tough day. And although Ray and I are having a great time listening, we've only caught a few fish. And it's getting late. And we're heading to our final spot. But then I had a thought. What if we just love the fish a little more? You know what I mean? They might just love us back. Is this it?
Hopefully, this will be the answer to our prayers.
Let's focus. We can do this.
I'm listening for that bite. And it's for you know, a bite that's very slow and very finicky bite. It's a great technique.
And it's just that little flutter.
Just jiggling it.
Just jiggling it.
Fish.
There we go. Oh yeah. He's running.
Stream smallie. Little on the small side, but I'm not complaining right now.
I got one. There's a fish.
Nice one, Mike.
Oh yeah, I was listening.
Oh, he looks a little better.
I don't know. I think he's okay.
You handle them big ones. That's what you're doing.
I think he's okay.
Oh, Mike, he's a decent one.
He is. Let's get him in front of the camera.
Oh, he broke you off. Oh, who tied that knot?
Was it the knot? I was probably nicked.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
There we go.
Ooh.
That's a nice fish. He's got one with him, too.
Does he?
Yep.
Oh, I got to get my bait in there.
For a stream smallmouth, this is a beautiful fish. It's a nice stream smallie. Right there.
Beautiful. There we go. There's one.
Atta boy, Mike. Don't horse him.
Don't horse him.
Don't horse him. That's a nice. Nah, that's a typical stream smallie. That's a nice fish.
Oh yeah.
That's a nice little chunkster.
Yeah.
They're very chunky. They really are.
What do you do with the hook?
Curb it. Not curbing your hook is like a woman going out without her panties.
Wait, is that a bad thing?
Depends on whose perspective you're taking it from.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah. He's flashing. There's a fish. He thumped it. He thumped it good. This is fun, man. This is fun.
Yeah, this one's fun too. Double headers.
You got one?
Got one.
Oh yeah, dance, baby, dance.
Did you see this one come up and show himself?
Yeah.
Here he comes again. And this is another.
Here we go. He's gonna dance. Oh, beautiful.
Another nice. This is
Beautiful.
a nice stream smallie.
Oh, that's a nice one.
It's a nice fish, pound and a half, pound and 3/4.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Fishing is awesome! Fishing is awesome! Ray, man, you are awesome.
Well,
I can't believe.
I enjoyed being
Look
here. We had a great time.
Every time on Lunkerville, it happens this way, and we're not setting it up this way. This is how fishing is. It's not catching fish all the time. Fishing's not easy.
It's never predictable. You know, if it was predictable, it wouldn't be fun. That we did.
Yeah.
They call that catching and not fishing, as this,
Yeah.
as the line goes.
We struggled today.
We struggled mightily today.
Yeah.
It put the fear of God into me that
Yeah.
it wasn't going to work out. But this last pool we came to here has treated us swell.
And we love the fish a little more today, and they loved us back.
Right. They were more difficult to come by, which makes you appreciate them that much more.
Well, Ray,
Once
had a
again,
great time. One
me
of
too.
the best times on Lunkerville. I mean, look at
I'm
this.
glad you did.
The setting and the fishing.
Just
and
beautiful.
Really just amazing, and I
Just
hope we
beautiful.
get together again.
I hope so too.
Cool, man. And I
Great.
appreciate everyone tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next week to Lunkerville.
See you.